When I was young, I went to a number of schools, and I remember one in particular. We sang the same song at every assembly every day. It was a song called He's Got the Whole World in His Hand. I don't know if you know that song. He's got the whole world in his hand. He's got the whole world in his hand. He's got the whole world in his hand. Anyway, I won't sing the song, but you get the picture. I thought God was like that. I had that picture of God myself. So God was powerful and in control, and I was very small, a very small part of his world. I had no doubt that God was a powerful creator, and as I looked at the world around me, I could see that it is amazing. God is an amazing designer. From all the details of the beautiful flowers and plants, small and large, from the way the moon and the sea and the land and the weather all interact together. And then when you look at a baby and the way all of us are so complex, our bodies, there's no doubt that God is an amazing designer. But the more I understood about the world, and then the more I understood about how we mess it up, that's when I began to understand that God is bigger than even I could have imagined. And he's got more on his plate and more in his hands than I could have imagined. So what changed for me was to understand that even though God does have everything in his hand, and he does know everything that's happening in the world and for all the different peoples of the world, God isn't like me. He's never too busy for me, he's never too far away to hear me, and he actually cares about me. He wants to know everything that's happening for me. God is not like me. He even knows how many hairs I have on my head, and he cares about everything that's happening for me. He wants me to talk to him and to tell him everything I'm worried about, and he wants good things for me. Once I started talking to God, I realised that I can actually see him answering my prayers as I talk to him. And I can see that he does strengthen me and comfort me, and he even equips me. So understanding the world from his perspective has given me much more wisdom than I could have had on my own. The other thing that really struck me was when I realised that God is, again, not like me. Nothing is too small for him. He notices everything, and he never ever gets too tired of caring for me. I thought that when I was self-centred and I lied, that he wouldn't notice. But again, God is not like me. He cares about each one of us, and he cares about how we treat each other. And so what I do and what I say to other people, and even what I think about them, that's important to God. That's why Jesus came to earth. He wanted to take the punishment that I deserved. He loves each of us so much that he wants to give us forgiveness and new life with him, a relationship with him and eternal life. I realised that God cares about how I treat him too. God has given me everything, every breath, and so it offends him when I ignore him. I'll never understand everything about God. Well, not this side of heaven anyway. But I am betting my life on Jesus, that through him I can get to know God better, that I can talk to him about everything in my life. I can say sorry to him and he does forgive me. I can thank him and ask him for things and he hears me. And I can trust him, and I've already seen that he comforts me and equips me and he strengthens me for all that he has prepared for me.